I've lived in Nashville since I was 9, so I thought I knew Nashville, but learning so many behind the scenes and steps that go into planning, from the way our community is growing and the people that are looking at the transportation and roadways and things like that. While that's not new, it was very eye-opening to see all the work and thought and planning that goes into that.
I felt like I knew Nashville very well before this experience, but there was so much information that you don't get just being a citizen.
All the environments that we visited were really educational, and we got to know the community and we got to know our partners better.
I really enjoyed getting a behind the scenes look at just what Nashville is, the branding of Nashville. I never really realized how much Nashville was intentionally branded.
I'm meeting and talking with people that I would have never have talked with before.
Connect was especially valuable because it not only helped me get to know different people at the university in different areas of the university and academy, it introduced me to aspects of the community that I didn't know that much about.
Because of the legacy that we've inherited from people who invested so much to make Nashville special.
To see that the city really is trying to plan in very creative ways, covering over the interstates with parks, all kinds of things going on that are already thinking long term.
Being connected to more people from the university than I've ever been connected to before, that has helped me to make those connections.
My impressions of our police officers and deputies in Nashville are not accurate. So it was really eye-opening and great to learn that we have people who care about mental health and who are really trying to change things for the better.
Things. I found something pretty much in every day that I found very interesting.
Is the Tennessee Prison for Women program. And I knew about that program from the beginning, from a number of years ago. But I don't know, when we met with those ladies and talked with them about what they're enduring, the problems that they've had, and the price they're paying for that, and how Lipscomb is making an impact in their lives, I just thought that was really a significant time for them and for us.
Lipscomb's role in the community from so many different areas. And I think that it was interesting for us to walk into a different place that is a well-known establishment in Nashville, but to also see the fingerprints that Lipscomb has on so many different people.
But I think the most memorable is getting to know individuals in the Connect 2017 group better, and getting to know the individuals that we visited with from a wide variety of community-based environments was really a neat part of this experience, and really what this experience is all about. So,
I think one of the benefits of Connect, and it kind of seems obvious, but until you go through it, you don't really realize the impact, is that whether you've lived in Nashville for a year or your entire life, you're going to see and experience something about Nashville that you didn't know existed.
The Nissan tour was fascinating to me, I think, just to see how much goes on without a human interaction.
Probably my most memorable experience from this was the water treatment plant. Getting to see something that was built over 100 years ago that was built with quality and time and interest and an intentional purpose, and to see that it is continuing to still be effective today speaks volumes to what we're doing here, especially in higher education, where there's been a higher education system for a long time, and we're equipping these students to go out into the world and to hopefully be effective for a very long time.
So going to Innsworth and spending some time there, going to KIPP Academy, spending time there, and then going to Glencliff made me think about the differences in a really intentional way that I had never maybe vocalized to my students before.
The young people who were there were really nervous when a group of people in suits and ties and nice dresses came in, and they were concerned that we might be there to deport them. And it made it really palpable to me, some of the fears and concerns that people had, but it also was wonderful that we were able to convey to them that that wasn't really our purpose for being there at all. We just wanted to understand, to appreciate, to value, and to serve them.
The drug court, seeing everybody in the jail was very difficult, and I've done that before. I've gone to jails before, but seeing the contrast between those two situations was just eye-opening.
The jail and walking through there and feeling almost as much that we were on display as the inmates were on display. Feeling very, very awkward, very vulnerable, at the same time very blessed, and knowing that just one simple decision could put me on the other side of the glass.
Meeting with the Tennessee Prison for Women, the life program participants there, just being able to sit down with them and have some time to have a conversation with them. And you know, we're not talking about the bars, we're not talking about what they've done, we're just talking about their educational experience and their hopes and dreams.
Connect presents its participants with lots of opportunities. The chances are there to meet people. It gives us an opportunity to go beyond just meeting people, but to form friendships and perhaps working with some of these individuals down the road, contributing in some way to make our city the best it can be.
I want to get out in the community in innovative ways. One of the ideas that I have is to take a conference into the community that does something rather than that has an agenda where we talk about it.
The most important thing that I can do to help the Academy is to connect with our community, and especially to market to the community. And so to be able to go to experience so many different, various, distinctive and diverse experiences will really allow me to market to the community in a way that's special.
This kind of activity, I think it helps to bind the Lipscomb community together in a greater fashion. I think there's more camaraderie. I think there's more understanding of each other's work here at Lipscomb and how that integrates with what everybody else is doing. I think we have a lot more in common than we sometimes give credit for, and we don't cross-pollinate as much as we need to, and this provided an opportunity.
One of the major advantages of being part of Connect is that I was able to meet people from a lot of different places on campus. That will definitely help me create more synergies, you know, and have people that could be contacts, could be allies for some of the projects that we're trying to do, you know, and I could be of help to them as well.
I love the blend of people that we put together. I would have never probably crossed paths with some of the individuals on that team, and it's funny when you walk across campus. It's like seeing your family.
I think just getting to know people on the campus that you normally wouldn't be exposed to day in your work is a great experience. And I've already been following up with different people that were in some of the teams, asking questions about our department and how we can help them. So I think that was really great.
We've gotten to know a lot about Nashville, but we've also got to learn a lot about each other and a lot of things that are going on. So it's made me actually pay attention to the Week on Campus, this Week on Campus emails, and try to participate more as an active participant in the community instead of just being a worker here.
I mean, the name is really apropos in calling it Connect, because all of a sudden I see all these little links all over the place that I would not have even known existed had it not been for this program.
And I look forward to maybe connecting our students at the Academy with the Rangers at Bicentennial Mall, and possibly working with our SGA at the Academy to help replace some of the lost trees.
First of all, when I talk to prospective students now, which is the main part of my job, I can talk much more intelligently about Nashville, and I'm more enthusiastic about things going on in Nashville, and seeing Nashville as a great city to be in as a student. That's really something that's going to help me in my job.
There's a brand new program called New to Nashville, and it is basically a lunch program over a series of months, meets every other week, that introduces people that are just moving in, companies that are just moving in, relocating their headquarters, and we learned a lot about how many companies are doing that and the trend towards that. Now in Nashville, there's a lot of people coming into the city that don't know a lot about the city. So I'm looking forward to getting that program off the ground, but it was really birthed out of the Connect program. I think that encouraged Lipscomb's opportunity to offer something like that to the community.
I think we have a greater appreciation for each other's roles in the university, and I'm very proud of Lipscomb and the leadership it's playing to help us connect with each other and with Nashville in particular.
I was excited to be able to come back and work with a group of students who created a journal business alongside Kate Watkins and the Life program with the Tennessee Prison for Women. So we were able to connect some students to create a revenue stream through making and selling journals that is going to help fund the Life program at the Tennessee Prison for Women.
A lot of these different places that we went, I thought, man, I want to take my family here. I want my students to be aware of this. I want my colleagues to know that this is going on. And figuring out ways to try to, how can we get our department into the prison? How can we get our nutrition people over to the organic farm?
It's a great opportunity for you to interact with other professionals that are on your campus that you haven't had the opportunity to connect with and to be collaborative with. Just this year alone, because of our relationships with Connect and the middle school, we were able to create an event with Lipscomb Athletics and Lipscomb Academy that benefited all of the students.
I'll be able to take some of the information that I've learned over the last 9 months and really incorporate it in my teaching and in my research, and particularly to the service that I give to the communities in which I live.
And the experience of Connect has broadened my perspectives, and due to that, I think I will be able to use a lot of this experience to enhance my teaching and my participation at Lipscomb and in the community in general.
Connect has made me a more mindful citizen of this region. I love Nashville. I've always loved being a citizen of Davidson County, but it's made me from being a voter to a citizen to a neighbor, and then definitely to being a Lipscomb employee, being a mother. It's made me very aware of things I can do to impact this area.
Programs like the Tennessee Prison for Women program, the IDEAL program that helps disadvantaged students to be able to succeed. I think programs like that are just so important to this community, and if we can expand on things like that and help the community even more, I think we can really make a larger impact on our city and on this part of the state.
Everybody I've ever talked to that's been in Connect says it's the most valuable PD they've ever gotten.
You know it's true that Nashville wouldn't be Nashville without you.
I have been in prison before. Well, not me personally, really.
I had it no, Austin. You're not rolling, are you?
But the bus is where the real education went on, and so it's really amazing how people's personalities change in the back of that bus. I can remember vividly how Robin Parker cheated on her Fitbit by sitting on the back row because it bounces and they had steps to her daily count. George Goldman's soliloquy on the proper way to pray in church. I mean, we got a lot of substantive work done in the back of that bus and a lot of revealing things about people's personalities that you would never guess. So.
Oh, goodness. I mean, I could say a whole lot more, but I think that probably
all right
would be the
deal.
Is that okay?
Yep.